Hello and welcome back to Premier League Predictions, the show which does what it says on the tin. We're going to be predicting the Premier League action for Game Week 18. Feels weird calling it Game Week 18 when teams have only played 15 or 14 games this season, but we are 18 games into the Premier League season and it's the New Year's fixtures. Very exciting, into 2023 now. Will it be any different? Will Haaland stop scoring?
I don't think so. If anything, the new year will spark a new life into him.
Oh my god! Imagine more. If he could get any better, that would be insane.
Has he hit his ceiling? Who knows?
That's the thing. He's 22. He can only get better, surely, when he gets into his pro.
He's gonna hit 26 and be slapping in 50 goals a year.
He's currently hitting 50 goals a year, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's 20 goals in 14 games.
3 goals a game.
Yeah. He's been doing insane so far. We'll see if he keeps it up this week. But we'll start at the top. We'll start with the Friday night game. We'll start with West Ham versus Brentford. It's an interesting one. 8:15 kick-off. Sort of both teams located in London, but I wouldn't call it a derby. West Ham, a team that looked really, really strong last season and seasons before that. Obviously, they are in Europe this year. But this season, they've not been great, and they gave Arsenal a decent game for a large portion of that game on Boxing Day evening, but overall didn't really challenge them. Brentford, on the other hand, have shown they can fight big teams. They drew with Tottenham. That was a very strong performance. And they have still got Ivan Toney for now. Yes. So, will that make the difference?
I think so, but I just feel because it's obviously, it only kicks off the first 15 minutes. It kicks off only 15 minutes before Liverpool Leicester.
Yeah.
And it's on a Friday night. It kind of gives me that kind of feeling that it's going to be a bit of a forgotten game. Pitlick watch the first 15 minutes and then everyone's going to turn it over to Liverpool
and then
Leicester.
There's two ways that goes. Either 0-0 and no one remembers it ever, or it's 2-2 and people regret watching Liverpool Leicester.
I think it's going to be a pretty dull game.
All right.
But I think it'll be 1-0 to the away side.
Wow.
An Ivan Toney penalty.
You're going to be ruining not having him in your FPL?
Yeah.
Of course. I'm going to go the opposite. I think West Ham will win. I think it's going to be 2-1 though. I do think Brentford will score, and I think it'll be through Brian and Mbeumo. As for West Ham, I think it will be Jarrod Bowen. I know a lot of people got him in their FPL. He's not done a lot so far this season. And I'll go Gianluca Scamacca. Also hasn't done a lot this season. Right then, as you mentioned, the other Friday night game, Liverpool versus Leicester. This could be a cracker.
I think this could be the end of Brendan Rodgers.
You reckon?
Honest. Yeah. Watching Leicester against Newcastle, they were terrible defensively.
They were poor defensively, but I don't think they'll sack him yet. I don't think Leicester are at any danger of being relegated this year. So why not give him January? Give him January, bring in some defensive reinforcements, see what they can do there. We know Leicester can play the market expertly, and then see what happens after that. But I do agree they will be bad in this game. The question is, how many goals are Liverpool going to score?
I think I'm only gonna say 3, and I think it's gonna be because everyone is going to be if it'll be the whole thing. If they had Gakpo, it would have been 6 or 7.
I was literally just thinking that if they had Gakpo, I'd be backing them to batter.
I think
Darwin Núñez.
I think Núñez will miss a lot. I don't think he'll score. I think the goals will go 2 for Salah and 1 for Trent.
No, not the Ox then.
No,
absolutely gutted. I really thought he'd have an impact on that left wing.
You might get 3 assists.
I don't think he'll play. I think they might start Fabio Carvalho, in which case, I think he'll play a lot better than the Ox did the other night. I'll go 4-0 Liverpool. I'm going to go Salah hat-trick. He needs to start firing, and I know he scored against Aston Villa, but he has to start firing this second half of the season if Liverpool go do well. I do think Darwin Núñez will score. I think he got into some really good positions the other night, and it feels like he is just... If he gets 1 goal, I feel like he'll then get 5.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I think Núñez is clearly a very good player. He takes up some really good positions. He just needs to be more composed in front of goal.
I do think that it's not all sunshine and roses for Liverpool. I think if Leicester had James Maddison, maybe they'd nick a goal. Because defensively, Liverpool aren't great. But I think without anyone to create anything for Leicester, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, fair enough. On to the Saturday then, and the lunchtime kick-off is Wolves versus Manchester United. And we saw United sort of tore apart.
United look good.
Nottingham Forest.
Forest aren't questionable.
Yeah, Forest aren't great, let's be honest. But Wolves will offer more of a challenge, I think. Wolves aren't great. Wolves haven't been great this season, but Union Lopetegui, they look a little different. Everton, I think they got very lucky. Obviously scraped a late winner from Rayan Aït-Nouri, but I think they'll give United more of a challenge than Forest did.
Yeah.
Obviously, they are in the relegation zone at the moment, Wolves. Do you think they can get a result here? Or will it just be they give a good challenge?
I think they'll give a good challenge, but I think United will have enough. I'll go 2-1 Man United.
Goals from?
Man United goals from Rashford and Martial. Because those two look brilliant.
I was going to say the link-up looks strong.
And then Wolves goal from... I think some Wolves players. Who actually plays for Wolves?
No one. Diego Costa.
Yeah, go on, he's getting a goal. Let's go.
Come on. I don't think Wolves will score, though, is the issue. But I do think United will win comfortably. I think, as you say, Rashford Martial looked really good the other night. And I think they'll build on that relationship. I'm going to go 4-0 Manchester United. And I'm going to go a Martial hat-trick and a Rashford goal. And they'll set each other up.
Fair enough.
Beautiful points for the fantasy team. I've got Rashford and Martial.
Oh, all right.
So, loads of points coming in then. On to 3 o'clock, so we've got Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace up first. So, Crystal Palace got to make the trip to the south coast to face Bournemouth. Bournemouth obviously didn't look great against Chelsea, but I feel like Chelsea should have put more than 2 past them. Probably would have if Reece James didn't come off injured.
Haven't got any players left because they all got sent off.
Yeah, Palace just look a bit all over the place at the moment. Obviously, both Mitchell and Tompkins sent off in that abysmal defeat to Fulham. And yeah, I don't know. They just don't look the same team as they were last season.
I think Bournemouth are going to nick a result here.
Yeah.
I also don't want Palace to do well because I've benched Eze and I know he's going to score now. I'm going to go 1-0 Bournemouth.
Fair enough.
I think it's going to be a huge result. It's going to be Philip Billing Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I mean, I can quite believe I've seen a lot of them this season.
And then they'll sharp shots and go defend the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously Gary O'Neill, second game in charge as permanent manager.
Yeah.
And their second game under new ownership. Bournemouth, I will go 3-2 Bournemouth.
Ooh,
I feel like Bournemouth games aren't boring. They always score a lot of goals. Like they lost 3.
Going mental.
Yeah, exactly. They lost 3-2 to Tottenham earlier this season. They have games like that all the time. I will go Solanke double. And Jane Anthony will score. I think might be a late winner at 2-2. He comes on and gets a goal. As for Palace, I'll go Zaha and I will go... About to go Cheikh Kouyaté, but he doesn't play for him anymore, unfortunately. I will go Joachim Anderson.
Fair enough.
From a corner, gets his head to it. He thinks he's drawn at level on 80 minutes, but then Jaden Anthony comes up with something good.
Good play.
That's how it'll go down. Next up, we've got Fulham, who are steamrolling all sorts of teams at the moment, playing Southampton. Fulham the hosts in this game as well. I can only really see one way this goes. Southampton now rooted to the bottom of the table, with former Luton manager Nathan Jones at the helm. Do you think they can challenge Fulham in this game, or just are Fulham on another level at the moment?
I think Fulham are going to waltz it, and I think Southampton made the wrong appointment. Nathan Jones, don't get me wrong, is a good manager.
Don't disrespect Nathan Jones here, I'll kick off.
You need a Premier League quality man, or someone that knows what to do in a relegation dogfight.
But who's available?
Roy Hodgson, Sam Allardyce.
They're both retired, really.
Bring them back. No, I think they'll struggle though, and I think Fulham will comfortably find their way to a 3-0 win.
Yeah, I think Southampton are planning for next season.
Yeah.
Look at their squad. It'll be fantastic in the Championship. It'll be fantastic in the Premier in a few years' time. It's just not quite ready
yet. And if
they
keep Nathan Jones, he'll get him straight back up again.
Yeah, and they could easily sell Lavia for 50 mil though in January. I think they might to Chelsea.
I'd love that.
He would be a good addition though. Chelsea also looking at Rice and Kone as well from Gladbach. But yeah, Fulham, I think they'll tear apart this Southampton side. I'm going to go 4-0. I'm going to go Mitrovic double, Andres Pereira goal, and a João Palhinha goal.
Fair enough.
I feel like he always has a long ranger in his locker.
Yeah.
A bit like Ruben Neves. Right, next up, Manchester City versus Everton. Again, it seems a foregone conclusion. City fighting at the sharp end, Everton shipping goals at the moment. Haaland's unstoppable. How many's he getting in this game?
I don't know. It's going to be tough for Everton. I think if they're at Goodison Park, they'd give more of a challenge, but I think City will run riot. But I don't think they'll score too many. I think they'll be dominant, but I only go 2-0 City. It'll be a Haaland goal and a De Bruyne goal.
Fair enough. I don't think City have had enough big results this year.
No,
Like, they
don't,
usually
though,
have...
really.
Well, they do, don't they? They usually have a few 5-0s in
Yeah,
their
it's not playing
seasons,
Watford.
but... Yeah, no, Watford aren't in the league anymore, right? Maybe that is why. But I'm going to go 6-0 City.
Fair enough.
I think Everton look a bit poor at the moment. I feel Man City will exploit that. Haaland's going to grab a hat-trick. You know, Haaland hasn't returned... Haaland's biggest return this season in FPL came against Manchester United.
Wow.
In the derby, obviously, they won that 6-2. I think they'll win here 6-0. And yeah, I think Haaland will get another hat-trick. And I think he'll pick up
6-2.
an assist as well. United were a bit
It's
naff
just
at one point this
laughable.
season. But they are looking good now.
I mean,
But-
I like what Ten Hag said in his because he was asked about Gakpo going to Liverpool, and he just said that he believes that the squad they have right now is able to compete for trophies.
I think it's able to compete, but it can't win. They don't.
Maybe
Have,
they're Europa League.
they only got one striker,
They do only have one striker.
but they could win the Europa League,
Yes.
especially if Arsenal focus on the league.
City probably going to waltz it.
Yeah, so I'll go 6-0. I'll go hat-trick Haaland, a Foden goal. He will. I imagine he'll actually start this game. De Bruyne and Gundogan to round up the 6. That's for you.
I said 2-0.
Oh yeah, of course. Right, next up we've got Newcastle versus Leeds, the last of the 3
This
o'clocks.
is going to be a belter.
Third place in the league, Newcastle United against Leeds, who are down the table. But Leeds are showing they can mix it with some top sides this season. You know, they've managed to beat Chelsea. They didn't look horrific against City in the second half. After the second half goals. They looked all right. Wilfred Gnonto looked really impressive when he came on. I thought he injected a lot of energy into the game. But I don't think they've got enough to fight Newcastle.
I
but
mean, Newcastle,
what do you think?
6 wins in 6 is just formidable.
Yeah.
But what these two teams do is they score a lot of goals. I'm going Newcastle 4, Leeds 2.
Ooh.
Just because I think that Newcastle's defence is a lot stronger. Leeds can score goals, but they're not very good defending. Newcastle goals, double from Almiron, another goal for Chris Wood, and a goal from Dan Burn, and then Leeds goals from... Who even plays?
Rodrigo's been scoring a lot
I was
recently.
going to say, I'll go for one from Rodrigo.
Somerville, I guess.
And one from Gnonto. Go come on and get his first Premier League goal.
Fair enough. I've got 2 problems with your prediction. 1, Newcastle haven't crushed many sides this season. 2, Newcastle don't concede goals. Because Trippier, in my fantasy team, gets a consistent 6 to 9 points every single week. Sometimes even 12 if we're lucky. But I don't think Newcastle will concede once again here. I'm going to go 2-0. I will go Miggy Almiron with the first, Chris Wood with the second. Looks like Wilson's still going to be out ill. I know Eddie Howe said in his press conference he's got to rebuild his immune system, so that's exciting. But yeah, well, he's been ill apparently a lot, so makes sense, I guess. The last of the games on the Saturday, the last of the 2022 Premier League fixtures. It's Brighton versus Arsenal. We'll be live for it, so we're not going to be giving a prediction here today.
on New Year's
Apologies,
Eve.
Brighton and Arsenal fans, or people that just want to know our prediction for that one. Look out for the stream. We'll be live on Saturday night, on New Year's Eve. I know, we're giving up our evening. Again, we missed Boxing Day to come and stream. We're missing New Year's Eve. But it's brilliant being here with you guys. So yeah.
Hopefully Brighton win. Actually, I want a good game, whatever happens.
I want fantasy team points, and I've got a lot of Arsenal players.
I don't want City to win the league.
I've only got one Arsenal player now, but yeah. But we'll join you for that one, so make sure to be here at about 5:20.
Yeah.
And then, kick off 5:30. On to the Sunday then, we've got 2 games left. We're starting with Tottenham Villa. This is going to be miserable for you. The first game in 2023 in the Premier League, the 2 o'clock kick-off. How do you think that Villa will fare away at Tottenham?
I think we'll do well, because I look at the second half against against Liverpool, not against ourselves. I look at the second half against Liverpool. It was much stronger, much better, with a better side for for the majority of that half. I think Emi Martinez back in net is massive.
Tottenham don't have Nunez. They've got Kane, and if Villa allow Kane to run in behind 5 times, he will score 5 goals.
Poor against Brentford, and they were very lucky, I think, to draw that game. If it wasn't for the man you just mentioned, Harry Kane.
But Brentford don't allow Akers behind their defence.
I think again, Emi Martinez will be there. It's a difference.
All right.
I mean, look at the 2 goals. What? I mean,
Olsen couldn't do anything.
No, the first minute, Olsen and Mings just crashed into each other.
I don't think that's Olsen's fault.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
Modest, fair enough.
I think it'll be a Harry Kane goal and an Ollie Watkins goal.
Yeah. Otherwise, I just don't care about this game.
Fair enough.
I think Tottenham will win. They're a better side than Aston Villa. I'm going to go 2-1 though. I think Villa will get a goal because Tottenham ship goals at the moment. And Villa looked alright. I think Watkins will score. But they are a bit shaky at the back at the moment. So unless they magically sign someone and they're in the door by January 1st and they're already starting...
Cash and Martinez back.
Son's a bit crap anyway, doesn't matter. But Harry Kane will score and Dejan Kulusevski will score 2-1 Tottenham. Fairly comfortable home win to start the year. Then on to Nottingham Forest. They play host to Chelsea. Forest only one win this season, I believe.
Yeah,
which was against Liverpool. Will they pick up another win against tough opposition in a Chelsea team that have just played alright against Bournemouth?
One thing Chelsea don't do is they don't score goals, so I don't think it'll be a battering. And without Reece James, big miss. Feel bad for
That's a big miss. Yeah.
Just come back.
Yeah, and we need him because
he's
the glue.
Brennan Johnson could cause some problems. I think it'll be comfortable for Chelsea. I'll go 3-0 because I do think they're slightly worse than Bournemouth.
Yeah, I think they're much worse than Bournemouth.
Kai Havertz double and another goal for Mason Mount. Both of them starting to hit the ground running going into the new year.
I said 5-0 for Bournemouth and it turned out to be 2-0. So this prediction is probably going to be wrong also, but I'm going to go 5-0 for Chelsea, 5-0 Chelsea, and I will go a Mason Mount goal, a Kai Havertz double, and then I will go... After that, I'm a bit stumped. I'll go Sterling and I'll go for Pulisic. Goals for all of the attackers. Yeah. Everyone's buzzing. Mace gets all the assists. Yeah. I'm absolutely
Havertz gets
loving
loads
it.
of goals and assists.
Yeah, of course. Brought him in this week instead of having a Aubameyang.
Push it on that first.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, I think they'll be comfortable in for Chelsea to start the new year. And that rounds up today's predictions. Very exciting New Year's fixtures. We will be live, as I say, for Saturday, so join us for Brighton Arsenal. But other than that, that is all from us today. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. We love to see your guys' predictions, especially, Just Fan, always pessimistic down there.
Yeah.
Exed always giving essays for us to read, things we love to see. Yeah. Love looking through that, giving the reasoning. So yeah, and anyone new, make sure to get involved in the comments, give us your thoughts. If you are listening on Spotify or any other podcast listening platform, then make sure to hop on over to YouTube if you want to give us some feedback or tell us where you're listening.
And maybe hit that subscribe button.
And if you want to subscribe, that will help us out massively. We are, don't really know what we're going to go for as a goal for the new year, but...
More subs.
Yeah.
Just keep climbing.
Just growth. I don't think there will be a goal. We'll just see where we get in 2023.
I guess we'll just hope just keep growing.
Yeah. So make sure to subscribe to help us on our journey. But that is all from us today. Thank you all very much for watching or listening, and we will see you next time.
See ya.